And hello everybody, Dragon47 here. How is it going with absolutely everybody today? I hope you're all having a fantastic event. I hope you all had a great Dragons event. You raided some Hisuian Deucidai. I can't really say that Pokemon's name to save my life. But anyways, we're talking about none other than the event that we've all been waiting for, the Pokemon Go Global Tour 2024. And as you can already tell on the front, we are getting Origin Palkia and Origin Dialga as the main entree of the event. This video is mainly inept for the PvPers, so sorry all you raid attackers and rare collectors. I'll go over your stuff like slightly, but for the majority this is just for the PvP people. But if you are interested in PvP, you've come to the right place because I'm going to give you the full, and I'll try to make it quick because there's a lot to unpack here, PvP guide to help you get all of the PvP Pokemon that you're going to want, particularly from this event. And without further ado, let's just get right on into it. This event is going to start on February 24th and February 25th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. local time. The 2 days together are going to be that. And the rotations of the habitats, which we will see in a moment, will interchange as we go. We also get a special quest line that requires the Team Go Rocket guys here. They want our help in a specific mission. And we're going to be able to do some sort of quest here. Generally, we'll get into the quests here a little bit later. So there's also the Road to Sinnoh Tour event. I'm actually not going to cover that here on this channel because I don't really find it all that interesting. After all, this is just the main thing that people are going to be going for. Space-time anomalies are forming around Pokemon Go. That's what these quote-unquote raids will look like. These guys, the origin forms, will be around in the Ancient Grove and Geothermal Lagoon habitat hours. Keep that in mind when you are going out and hunting your PvP Pokemon. You're going to want to kind of spend some time raiding these guys because they're going to be kind of big and they're going to be kind of important as well to kind of turn around and go hunt PvP Pokemon. Essentially, you're going to want to try and use your time wisely. The new attacks that they get actually affect the outside game. If you haven't already heard by the countless hundreds of other YouTubers out there, essentially you use these special abilities or quote-unquote moves that you get on them that will allow you to actually alternate things around you. Roar of Time from Dialga actually affects things like, let's see here, Star Pieces, Lucky Eggs, Incense, Daily Incense, you name it. All of that time stuff just kind of gets affected by it and extends for a much more duration of time for how much Stardust and Candy you put into it. And as for Palkia, again, Stardust and Candy are the tax, but for this one, you actually get your spawn radius for Pokemon, that big circle that's around you, doubled in size. So that actually allows you to see more Pokemon for you to catch more Pokemon. During the quest, or the event, sorry, you will have the choice to choose between Diamond and Pearl. If you choose Diamond, you're going to choose Dialga. If you choose Pearl, you're going to choose Palkia. Pokemon, the one that you choose, you will, as they say, 100% get the move on the Mon that you choose based off of the team that you choose for the event. So what this means is the moves aren't 100% all of the time, unless you pick the one and then raid the one that incentivizes you to get the move. The other one is actually going to be a chance, so you don't actually get the guarantee move, which honestly, in my opinion, is incredibly stupid, but whatever. Niantic needs to do what they need to do to get money for raids, I guess, despite them being a major flop already. But this isn't a criticism video, so we're going to get back on track. Essentially, if you choose, let's just say Dialga, the more Palkia you raid, probably the better, because you don't know which one is going to have the actual move or not, and you're just going to have to keep raiding them to find out over and over and over again. Yes, they can be shiny, so that is another added bonus, and this is exactly what I was trying to explain. If you choose Diamond over there onto the left, or Pearl over there onto the right. Come on, in raids during the hour. Okay, so during Bustling, Boardwalk, and Toxic Digs, that is when regular Dialga and regular Palkia will be out, and Ancient Grove and Geothermal Lagoon will be where Origin Form Dialga and Origin Form Palkia come out. Out of all of these, you are definitely going to want to hunt, and I do say this for the Master Leaguers, even though I'm not too much of a Master League person myself. The number one Pokemon you're going to want to hunt in all this is Origin Form Dialga. Origin Form Dialga is literally the exact same thing as regular Dialga, but like, I think it wins like one more matchup, unless, I don't know how the new Theor and Landorus kind of, well, you still kind of lose to it, don't you? Well, it doesn't matter. ultimately, generally speaking, the new move just allows it to win like maybe one more matchup, if not stay completely the same. Regular Dialga can be just as good. Both of them are like the top ones for sure that you're going to be wanting to raid if you're a Master League person. Origin Form Palkia can be kind of good too. It is a straight upgrade from the regular Palkia, and it can do some stuff in the PvP leagues, but most people are generally running Kyogre over this thing, and regular Palkia is probably the weakest one of the bunch, but if you don't have one, you could go over and run and get one of those quickly, so you can just have that dex data down and into the Pokedex. For 1-star raids, we're going to have, for Boardwalk and Toxic Digs, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, and then for Ancient Grove and Geothermal Lagoon, we're going to have Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. And then for 3-star raids, we are going to have Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon. And then for the Hisuian versions, we're going to have Deussidai, Typhlosion, and Samurott, all Hisuian forms. So if you missed any of those raid days, this is your chance to go out and get those. And everything here can be shiny, except for these guys for some strange, anomalous reason. I don't know why they do this. They should really just make them shiny. Unique Pokemon will appear in the wild. Okay, so this is the meat and potatoes of the actual event. This is the main thing that we're going to be looking for. So sit down, take your notes, and start your shopping lists. Bustling Boardwalk will start from 10 to 11 and 2 to 3, so on and so forth. I'll just leave this on the screen. I'm not going to read all this. Okay. Bustling Boardwalk. So all of the habitats will have these lovely Pikachus that will either be wearing Lucas's or Don's hat. Yes, they can be shiny. Yes, they will be a rather rare add to your collection. So do a few of these if you wish. Not going to say too much about them. For the Bustling Boardwalk, we're going to see Magnemite, Electabuzz, Ralts, Porygon, Piplup, Starly, Bidoof, Trashcloak, Burmy, West and East Shellos, Blutzel, Driftblim, Glameow, and Finian. Okay, so right out the gate, I can already tell you a big one people are going to want to hunt is Magnemite. Magnemite is really good in the Hisuian Cup and in Specialty Cups as well, so that's kind of worth it. Ralts has a Mega for Mega Gardevoir. Not much else to say there. Piplup, Empoleon is okay in the Great League. Like, he's good in the Hisuian Cup, and he's all right in Great League. He's actually even better in Ultra League, so it can be worth hunting the PvP Piplup to go into the Ultra League to run around and do stuff there. Bidoof for Bibarel can be okay in certain specific cups. I'm not going to go super in-depth on that because generally you run other better things. That's usually a spicy pick. Trashcloak Burmy, whenever that's in a specialty cup, it's generally pretty good. Definitely can be worth picking up a few of those. And the final one on this list for PvP hunting is Drifloon, because Drifblim is actually an okay PvP statted Pokemon. It's just lacking a better fast move. The next habitat is the Ancient Grove habitat, and this is probably one of the worst ones. We see both Pikachus again with Hisuian Growlithe and Voltorb. We see Tangela, Eevee, Mischievous, Nosepass, Turtwig, Plant Cloak Burmy, Kricketot, Roselia, Combi, Cherubi, and Bronzor. Out the gate, right away, you're going to see that Bronzor, and you're going to think, oh, the Little Cup God, because he is generally the Little Cup God. Bronzong can be kind of okay for Great League as well, but we're kind of just going to mosey on past that for the most part. Eevee is going to be a big one because Umbreon is by far like the best Eevee evolution for PvP. I know Sylveon is kind of okay in the Master League, but I'm fairly certain by what most other people have told me, it gets vastly outplayed by things like Xerneas and Togekiss if people are running it anyway, so there really isn't too much incentivization to actually go out and get Sylveon like that. But Umbreon is really, really good in the Great League. I've ran it multiple times myself. Such a bulk, strong monster. Really, really helpful. And Hisuian Voltorb for Hisuian Electrode can kind of be okay for, let me think here, specialty cups like the Electric Cup and stuff like that too. But it's not, it's not super de-duper top of the top stuff. This is probably one where you'll want to be spending most of your time raiding. I'm going to be real with you. Like, this is generally when I'm probably going to be raiding, is when the Ancient Grove habitat is on. Up next is the Toxic Digs, and this is a fantastic one. These last two are amazing for us PvPers. So these are the ones for sure, like the top two that you're definitely going to want to be hunting. And right out the gate, we see both Pikachus, Aipom, Yanma, Gligar, Sneasel, Duskull, Shinx, Cranidos, Shieldon, Sandy Cloak Burmy, Stunky, Gibble, Hippopotas, Skorupi, and Croagunk. Holy cow, this is such a good list. Right away out the gate, we see Gligar, which Gligar, if you haven't already heard by many other people, is an absolute monster in the Great League. Gligar is by far one of the best Pokemon to use in the Great League as of the current moment. Definitely worth picking up. Go hunt that immediately. Shieldon. Bastiodon is insane. Bastiodon just absolutely walls things. You rock, paper, scissors people to death. And we even saw somebody use it in the regional tournaments. So if you don't have those XLs, make sure to fill your bag up with these Shieldons and then trade them. And that's another thing. Don't forget you get extra special trades. You get half cost dust, I think. There's like a lot of benefits. We'll get to those in a little bit. Credidos, its evolution, Rampardos is a pretty good raid attacker. The new Shadow is out. It's a really good raid attacker. Goes the same thing for Sneasel. Shadow Sneasel, really good raid type attacker. Sandcloak Burmy, no. Stunky, the evolution of Stunky can kind of be okay for Ultra League and or Specialty Cups for the Great League. Can be worth picking up. Probably lower on the pickup list. Kind of same for a lot of these guys. Croagunk is probably a must pick up. This dude is really good in the Ultra League and Great League. Shadow Ball counter is just such a strong... Ever since he learned Shadow Ball, he's really good. Like, I won't say he's top of the top meta because he kind of gets run over by a lot of the other fighters as of the moment because they're just better. But he is still a really strong Pokemon and definitely worth the investment of going out to hunt and pick up. Gible, for obvious reasons. Mega Garchomp exists. It's okay in the Master League. I won't say it's great because there are better Dragon types, but it is still something noteworthy to pick up. And same for Skorupi because Drapion is also like another Specialty Cup Pokemon that can be okay at the very least. And finally, we head over to the Geothermal Lagoon where we get both Pikachus, Hisuian Sneasel, and Quillfish. We have Lickitung, Rhyhorn, Magmar, Eevee, Togetic, Murkrow, Swinub, Snorunt, Baneri, Chimchar, and Snover. Okay, this is another really good one for the PvPers over here. We have the Hisuian Quillfish, which can kind of be okay in certain specific cups. Hisuian Sneasel, the Shadow is Hisuian Shadow Sneasler is really good. This is also the only time we're going to actually be able to hunt these two things like competently and try to get Great League IVs on them. So it can be like now is the time to go out and hunt them. Lickitung and Rhyhorn, you're going to want to farm these boys and then trade them for XLs, just like the Shieldons and just like a few of the other Pokemon I've mentioned before. You need XLs in order to max out these Pokemon. Lickitung is literally the strongest Pokemon in the Great League. Like, there is no debate. He is so good. And Rhyhorn over here is actually, I've been told Rhyperior is really good in the Master League. Like, he is a strong rock type, and a lot of people will use him to try and counter the ever-looming presence of Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh is just there. Ho-Oh is a really strong Pokemon in Master League, as of the current moment as well. Eevee, once again, Umbreon, the Chad. I love Umbreon, one of my favorite Dark-type Pokemon of all time. Togetic can be okay in certain Specialty Cups. It's actually really good here in the current Evolution Cup, so that is something to keep your mind on. And honestly, Togetic isn't a terrible fairy flyer for the smaller leagues. Swinub, so Piloswine, again, can be good for Specialty Cups, like this one that we're in right now. But its evolution Mamoswine is actually okay in the Master League and is actually one of the best raid attackers ever. So definitely farm up a lot of Swinub if you don't already have your Mamoswines from the community day and stuff, so on and so forth. Snorunt, Frostless is really good in the can be good in the Open Great League and is really good in Specialty Cups, so definitely worth hunting that. Baneri, Megalopunny is absolutely a thing. Definitely grind your XLs for that. And Snover, because Abomasnow is pretty good in the Great League, and also Mega Abomasnow simply exists. So definitely be farming all of these Pokemon that I've tried to list below. These are the ones that you're absolutely going to want to hunt the most. The two of the most value is probably the Toxic Digs and Geothermal Lagoon, but I know that there are still some good ones that I have previously mentioned in the other two as well. Just kind of keep your eyes open, schedule your timing properly, and you'll be able to hunt everything you're going to go out to hunt for. When you're activating Incense, there will be Sinnoh and Hisui unknowns. They're not super good for anything, but their shinies are pretty rare, so good luck hunting all those. Eggs, okay, I'm just going to zoom by the eggs really quick, mainly because I really don't care. I'm not a egg person who really cares about eggs in general. Despite me being on Team Instinct, I seldomly care about eggs. There's Badoo, Chingling, Bonsly, Mime Jr., Happiny, Munchlax, Riolu, and Mantike. Honestly, Mime Jr. is a pretty good one because that's like a Europe locked exclusive. Munchlax can be okay for Great League. Mantike can be okay for Great League, but you need to trade them and try to get PvP IVs for both of these things. And Riolu for obviously Mega Lucario when it comes out, and Bonsly Shiny is kind of a rare one as well. So definitely keep that in mind. 5-kilometer eggs. Gibble is really cool. Not much else to say here. Hisuian Quillfish, kind of a good poison type raid attacker, I guess. 10 kilometers. These ones are going to be valuable because these are the regional ones. So if you don't actually have any of these Pokemon, stock up on a few of these eggs and then just hope. That's the best way I could say it. Maybe you'll even get a shiny. Who knows? We're going to skip over that. Bonuses and features for the event include half egg hatch distance, up to 6 special trades. So line up your legendaries and or shinies that you want to trade for the event, or ones that you will find during the event, or maybe even the ones that you're about to raid can all be valid options. Half Stardust cost, and there is no remote raid limit for Friday at 23rd at 12 all the way to 12 p.m. at February 25th. So definitely keep that in mind. There will also be avatar items, so on and so forth, new costumes, except Sonora, more stickers. And that pretty much sums up the entire event. Okay, so right away I'm going to say there will also be paid tickets, more than likely, for the event. I personally am not super grand on paying for tickets. Like, I know there's like an egg hatch ticket that's going on like almost every event, and I'm personally not big on those egg hatch tickets, so I'm probably going to hard pass on a lot of these. But I can also say that there's like a raid exclusive ticket, right? And the raid exclusive ticket can be pretty good, I guess, for some monetary value if you really want to go out and raid these boys. Logistically, what you're going to want to be doing is, like I said, is timing what you want to be doing when you're hunting specific PvP Pokemon, and then taking the time to time and raid the raids that you want to do during the rest of the time that you have set aside for raiding. Also, I'm just going to go on out and say it here. Things that you're going to want to prep in-game. You're going to want item storage. You're going to want Pokemon storage, so make sure to empty your bags, empty your items. I don't necessarily plan on doing a huge big guide for all of that type of stuff. Just get rid of the stuff you don't think you're going to need and keep all the stuff you're going to want to need. You're going to want to farm Pokeballs. You're going to want to throw away things that are kind of useless. Like, honestly, I'm probably going to throw out all my Nana Berries. I have no point in doing it or holding on to them. I generally only like to keep max revives and max potions on me, but again, to each their own. You're going to want to have megas readily available, so making sure when you're hunting these PvP Pokemon to get these XLs, mega evolving a Pokemon for the event or mega evolving multiple times for certain Pokemon to match their typing can be kind of big as well. Like, if you really want to hunt Mega Lickitung, you could mega something like a Mega Pidgeot and really farm your way through to try and finish off getting yourself a Lickitung. That goes same for Bastiodon as like a Rock and Steel type. Megas for countering the raids can also be kind of good. Just anything in general that you want to kind of try and farm, you're going to want to farm as much as you can. Be prepared in real life. This is kind of a weird one. I'm not going to go super in depth on it, but like, take a shower. Take a shower before you head out. That's honestly what I'd say, so you don't smell, and when you're hanging with your friends or whatever, you don't make things awkward. Plan where you're going to eat during or after. If it's rainy, bring an umbrella. If it's, bad weather, maybe stay inside or find somewhere else to actually go and play. Plan your routes, plan where you want to go. Get a general idea of the things that you want to get done during the event. Like I said, time out the raids and the PvP hunting so you know what you're doing. In-game prep, again, Pokecoins is kind of a thing. I hate saying it because I hate, the idea of supporting Niantic with money, but when it comes to these bigger events, I tend to just kind of let it slide, just because it is the bigger event. Definitely have your money on hand, definitely get your Pokecoins, because you're going to want to use all of it to stock up all the stuff so you can get all the value and all of the things that you're going to need. And if you haven't seen the video that I posted about Pokegenie. You might want to go ahead and download that like immediately, because that'll help you find what PvP IV Pokemon you're looking for. Again, I always settle for around the top 100, but some people will say otherwise with bulk and break points. I do not go that in depth with the game, so I personally don't care enough about it. But I mean, you do you. You absolutely go ahead and hunt whatever it is you want to hunt. Make sure that when you are out, you have things like star pieces, lucky eggs, and other sorts of stuff like that out and ready. Work on those platinum medals, because at certain levels, you're going to want to try and get those platinum medals all the way from bronze or whatever they're currently at all the way to plat, so you can continue to level up all the way to level 50. And honestly, just remember to have fun. Oh, also, on routes during the event, there will be this interesting fish over here. White striped basculin will be around when you're on a route during the Go Tour. And when you're in party play, there will also be Regigigas walking around that you can potentially meet by doing party play with friends. At the actual Go Tour in Los Angeles, which I will not be covering on this channel because I don't have money to travel, so I don't care for that type of stuff. They say that they're going to have Regirock, Regice, and Registeel just walking around, and Regigigas. If that goes over to here, that would be pretty big as well, but I wouldn't expect it too much, as that is a Los Angeles paid event, so we might only see Regigigas here. Regigigas is cool, and if you don't have one, definitely try to at least get one for your Pokedex or whatever, but this thing is not really all that worth farming. It's just kind of a cool, nostalgic Pokemon to find on the day. Definitely catch it if you come across it, though. I mean, obviously it's worth trade fodder or whatever, but it's genuinely a pretty decent Pokemon. But that pretty much covers this entire video. I hope this was super informative and helpful for you guys. Like I said, just play safe. Don't go into any restricted areas. Don't be stupid. I know that's a dumb thing for me to say, but you'd be surprised at how many people would fit into that category. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching once again, and I will see you all in the next video. Good luck on your Sinnoh tour, and feel free to leave a comment on this video or in one of my future videos about the event. How many shinies did you get? How many hundos? Did you get a shundo? Did you get a shundo with the exclusive move on it? I'd be dying to know. I'd love to see all of the mixed responses I get, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Have a great day.